so I did something I've never done on this channel before. We're about to leave for a trip, time was running out, and the log I had chosen was way too big to handle with hand tools alone. So today I'm gonna try something different, mixing hand tools with power tools. And I'm gonna show you how I made this bowl blank using a combination of hand tools and power tools. Let's go! Hey friends, welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, my name is Anna, and on this channel I hand carve locally fallen trees into useful objects like spoons, bowls or trays. I make a new video each week, so if this sounds interesting, please consider subscribing. I'm starting by inspecting the log and thinking about what this bowl could become. I decided to orient the bowl bark side up, which usually gives you those nice concentric rings when the bowl is finished. Here I'm just removing the bark with the axe. Nothing fancy, just getting down to clean wood so I can shape the blank. Once the bark is gone, I start shaping the log into a rough rectangle. The goal isn't perfection, just removing these blocks of wood on the sides, so I'm left with that block in the middle I can work with. I use my mallet and axe to chop off both sides, and yes, classic rookie mistake, I stepped right in front of the camera here. After that, what I want to do is flatten that top face. That part is technically optional, but I prefer my bowls to have a rim that's even all the way around. And this is the shape I'm left with, a simple rectangle to begin the layout. And next I move to the belt sander, the first of the two power tools I'll be using in this project. I'm just trying to get the block reasonably flat on all sides, not perfect, just flat enough to draw the outline of the bowl. I also don't care if the sides are square to each other. A little asymmetry actually gives the bowl more character anyway. Once the block is flat enough, I sketch the bowl shape, basically a rectangle with soft rounded corners. Again, I'm not aiming for perfect symmetry here at all. Imperfections make the finished piece more interesting. So I draw both the foot of the bowl and the top rim of the bowl, and after that it's time to remove all the wood in between the rim and the foot of the bowl. So everything on the outside has to go. And the quickest way to remove all that excess material is back at the axe block. I try to aim for the line that connects the edge of the rim to the edge of the foot. I lay the axe on that imaginary line and strike it with the mallet. I'm going slowly so the split doesn't wander across my lines, and the first side comes off cleanly in one go. I repeat the same process on the other side, and this time it took 2 strikes from both sides of the end grain. And that's it. Now I just do a little cleanup to even everything out. And what's left now is to remove the excess material on the end grain sides, which is much tougher, which brings me to the second power tool of the day, my benchtop band saw. This makes removing the end grain section much easier. I just cut one side and then the other, staying well away from my layout lines. And then I take the piece back to the belt sander for some final cleanup. Basically, the more excess wood I can remove here, the less knife work I have to do later. I also round the corners here and work my way as close to those lines as possible. This is much easier to do with the belt sander than with the bandsaw. And there it is, the finished blank ready for knife work. Thank you so much for watching until the end. And if you enjoyed this, join me for part 2, where I turn that blank into a completely finished bowl using only hand tools.